What's up, everybody? How are you doing? What's going on? Do you feel good? Does anybody feel good? Does anybody feel anything anymore? Are you allowing yourself to feel? Oh, man. I had a girlfriend about 20 years ago say, God, 20 years ago. That's crazy. Say, Cooper, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. I haven't listened to her since, folks. That's not true. I got into crypto. It's been nothing but uncomfortable ever since. How's everybody doing? I mean, it was pretty comfortable for a while there, wasn't it? We're going to be okay. Yeah, so look, my show's back and the market decided to crash. Thank you, market. I guess it makes it interesting. I don't know actually what's been happening. I haven't looked at at anything. I know the market just opened. The stock market opened 4 minutes ago. Futures were red as could be. I don't know how it opened. Looks like we got big trouble in big China. So that's coming. People are saying there's going to be a big credit event. I don't know, man. Yesterday, they approved a ETH futures ETF, or they indicated that they're going to approve it. I think we had over $1 billion in liquidations. I believe if ETH finds itself under $1,500, there will be a lot of liquidations happening in DeFi. So we're in an interesting time, but at the same time, like I just said, you have you have the ETH ETF, like looking like that's going forward. You have Grayscale. Most people think that the decision will come today. Has it come? I haven't checked, but they think it'll come today, and most people think that Grayscale will win, which could be bullish for a spot ETF. So who knows? Jesus, you know what I mean? Who the hell knows? We all heard that SpaceX wrote down their Bitcoin holdings by 373 million after previously selling much of their Tesla Bitcoin. I don't really know how much they have. I don't know. Wrote down their Bitcoin holdings is a little, I'm just unclear on exactly what that means. It's not like Elon or SpaceX has come out and said, oh, yes, we sold all of our Bitcoin. They wrote it down. So that could mean something different than just market sell yesterday. I doubt yesterday was because of that. It just probably accelerated a bit. How's the chat doing? Is anybody here? Am I alone? Why am I talking to myself? No. Literally none of you have said anything to me. That's okay. Hey, if you guys want to join, I know it's live on Twitter and it's on YouTube. If you want to join the chat on YouTube, that's where I'll be chatting. But surprisingly, not one of you guys. All right, fine. Then let's move on. Let's just dive in then. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to dive into, it's been a while since I've done this. So if you remember anything. Oh, and guys, by the way, I want to say something real quick before we dive in. Before we start, just to explore, navigate the noise, I have a couple of things I want to talk about, and then we're going to move on, right? But what I want to say is, I've been doing these Devin videos for a while, and I've got to do these Devin. That was a fly. I've got to do these. I've got to do this live video. If I'm going to post Devin videos on Twitter or X, I got to do these live videos because I think some people are starting to think that is actually how I am. And how I am is, it's pretty interesting too, but I'm not quite that. I had somebody say that I must be drunk every time I do those. I've been sober for every single Devin video. So that's a lie. Actually, that is a lie. What I just said. I wasn't sober for every single Devin video. There was one Devin video where I was stoned. And that's the one where he's starving, but he finds a marijuana plant and is just eating marijuana. So that's true. And then a couple of the early Devin videos, I was certainly hungover. But that hasn't been the case for a while. I haven't been drinking. All right, enough of that. All right, let's just go to CNBC and see what's going on over there. All right. Here we are. This is all kind of like where all the prompts are on Restream are a little different right now. So I'm having to look around. All right. Dow falls for fourth straight day, loses more than 100 points. Okay. So we're in futures still. So let's refresh. All right. Not quite as bad as the futures were, but yeah. So the Dow's down about 82 points. NASDAQ is down 125. So that's not great. This is what we were talking about: big trouble in Big China. China's property giant Evergrande, which it's been on our radar for a while, files for bankruptcy protection in U.S. court. I don't really understand that, but okay. Bitcoin abruptly tumbles as much as 9% to just over 26. I actually don't know where that is right now. Maui emergency chief resigns after defending decision to not activate sirens during wildfire. Okay, I don't know a lot about that either, but it's sad and it seems like a crappy reaction or response. All right, so CNBC, you are not all that interesting. Let's go to Bloomberg. All right, Bloomberg, refresh. All right. China steps up efforts to stabilize markets as confidence slumps. China's hidden financial dangers erupt with shadow bank crisis. Nomura cuts China's growth forecast to 4.6% on downward spiral. China's state developers warn of deeper losses. So there's big trouble brewing. Is this China's Lehman Brothers moment? Are we about to have a major credit crisis? A major global credit crisis brought to you by China? That's the big question, isn't it? Let's see. All right. Well, nothing here. I know that credit card debt has reached over $1 trillion in the United States. That's a headline that I saw recently. We're headed for a storm. Now, what that means for Bitcoin, greater crypto market, I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, I basically talked. I don't know that we need to talk about this, but I guess here, let's just go. This was updated 3 hours ago. All right, there you go. Bitcoin calm shatters with sudden tumble, mass liquidations. Liquidations exceeding 1 billion in 24 hours as prices fell. Digital tokens follow broad risk-off appetite globally. A period of unusual calm in crypto markets ended abruptly this week as the notion of a higher for longer interest rates sparked a sell-off in risk assets like Bitcoin. The rout pushed Bitcoin from near 29,000 to 25,300 in a 24-hour span. More than $1 billion of positions were unwound in the sell-off. Bitcoin remained 60% above where it started the year, handily beating other well-performing assets like technology stocks. But a multitude of headwinds, from rising bond yields to regulatory pressures and economic weakness in China, threatened to unpeel of assets like cryptocurrencies. With limited catalyst to push Bitcoin higher in the short term, a fall below 25 could put bears in charge. And if the rout in global risk assets continues, Bitcoin could face further downside. Wall Street Journal report citing documents that Elon Musk sold off its Bitcoin holdings after writing down $373 million also weighed on sentiment. It wasn't clear from the Journal report when SpaceX had sold its Bitcoin. While broader markets are seeing a pullback in the selling as the dollar weakened, the sell-off in digital tokens amid thin liquidity continued unabated on Friday. The top 100 digital tokens gauge fell more than 5% at one point, outstripping a 0.2 decline in regional stock index. Ether slipped 2%, while Cardano and Solana fell whatever. Okay, there you go. The slide is almost erased the gains registered in the wake of the BlackRock Inc. surprise filing for a Bitcoin ETF on June 15th. Yada, yada. There was optimism earlier in the week that a resolution to the Grayscale Bitcoin ETF would come this week, but that passed with nothing coming out. Furthermore, okay, so there you go. The things that I were reading is that they were saying that this decision would come on Tuesday or Friday. The Grayscale Bitcoin ETF, Tuesday or Friday. Everybody thinks that Grayscale is going to win this, but so I mean, here they're saying, or Xiling Tang from Ledger Prime is saying that I guess it's passed, but I still think it can come today. I don't know. Furthermore, traditional markets have been weak all week with SPX and tech selling off, 10-year rates reaching highs and the dollar catching a bid. And China credit and econ data weakness, all of which are negative for risk assets. But Bitcoin isn't a risk asset. It's hard money. All right, let's go to CoinDesk real quick, and then we'll get to a couple of things. Let's refresh. All right. So Bitcoin tumbles below 26.5. Yeah, there you go. Bitcoin's testing 26 again. Got Ethereum in the 1600s. Let's see. Crypto lender exactly hit by 12 million bridge exploit. Okay. A single trader lost $55 million on an Ether long yesterday. Cool. Cool. All right, there we go. Coin market cap. How you doing? I feel the rust. You guys sense the rust? I feel the rust right now. I don't feel totally back. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I don't feeling a little halfway back in the mind, right? All right. So yeah, so Bitcoin is down over 10% in the last 7 days. Volume is very high. 24-hour or high for what we've been seeing recently. Down over 7% in the last 24 hours and sideways in the last hour. ETH is up a little in the last hour, but down a little less than 9% over the last week. XRP is completely and utterly retraced all of its gains. All of those years, the XRP people fought for what they received last month. They're back at 50 cents. Man, that thing is glued to 50 cents. I was reading some article. What was the company? It's one of those shadow banking things in China. What is it called? I don't know. It's, obviously a name that I'm not very familiar with, but it was about how some of the money is going to Ripple. It's interesting. I don't know why I brought that up because I don't really know, but Ripple's is a force. Then Ripple just partnered with MasterCard. We could probably find that somewhere as we navigate. Cardano, man, this is like I never left. This is like 4 months ago. Here we are. We all act like this has never happened before, but it literally happened, what, in March? Was it March that everything collapsed? I mean, I remember buying DOT at like 425. So we're still above that. I bought Litecoin, I remember, at 60. Not that long ago. Chainlink is down 17%. Everything's down a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys noticed that in your life. You needed me to tell you. Where are we at? Hello. Arbitrum at $1. Algorand pumping. I actually bought some algo yesterday at 9 cents. I'm up. Yes, days like yesterday are interesting. I mean, obviously this can all get much worse, and we know that. We all know that. But on a day like yesterday, when there are such significant, very rare liquidations like that, that price is going to get lower than it's going to rebound to, because it just keeps on going and going and going, and people are having to sell in order to protect, their leverage or whatever. There's so many different things that can happen on both sides of a trade as things are dumping. So, it seems to be, you can count on it being a bit exaggerated. And I mean, I bought algo. I have some algo that I needed to repay. I repaid it at about 9 cents. That was cool. All right, there you go. What is algo's market cap at, by the way? Look at that, man. 750 million. Used to be bigger. I don't know if you guys remember, but it used to be bigger than 750 million. How's algo doing versus BTC? It's up. Look at that. Up 5% on BTC today. There you go. Not so bad. This is on Coinbase. Down 67% against BTC in the last 6 months. But yeah, it's up 4.5% today. Makes me feel good about yesterday and the decisions I made. In the short term, hey, you got to take the wins where you can find them, folks. Got to take the wins where you found them. And I found a win yesterday. It was small, but yeah. What's the fear and greed? We're over $1 trillion still, but market cap for all of crypto is over $1 trillion. We're in fear. I don't think that this has been updated since I looked last night, because we were at 37 fear last night too. Or it says now, I don't know. Yeah, so we're in fear, folks. Do you feel it? Do you feel the fear? But hey, I don't know if you guys ever heard that Warren Buffett quote, but when people are fearful, all right, Bitcoin dominance is down. All right. Like how I say that? It's down. All right. I didn't actually cue this, but let's just see what gold and silver are. You guys hear that wonderful noise in the background? Apparently my son's up. Gold price. Gold is moderately up, just under 1,900, down $80 in the last 30 days. Yeah, that's what that is. Silver. My son's distracting me. It's at 22.75. All right. There we go. Cool. All right. Let me just go back to. Oh, you guys just see me. I did that, right? You guys have seen me, right? You guys were seeing the stuff I was looking at, didn't you? I don't know. Doesn't matter if you did or didn't. Guys, how are we doing? Why does it look like this? I think I have a well, he's no longer a newborn. He's turned 1, but for a while he was a little oblivious. But the issue is now that I think he hears me talking out here, and he's like, I want to go hang out with my dad. Like, I can hear that man's loud voice. And now, like, why is he out there talking? I don't want to be in here with her while she sleeps. So that's a new obstacle. That's what I needed. I needed more obstacles. All right. Is there still nobody in the chat? Is the chat on? It seems odd to me that not one of you gave me a GM or anything. Not one GM. There's something wrong. Not a single GM. All right. Oh my God, guys. It helps when I can look at you people and you're saying things to me. They're funny. I read them and then it makes me want to do this. But if, okay. We talked about this a second ago. Let's look at it. Let's get some details on it. Let's share this. Don't like it like that. I like it like this. All right. We're back at Bloomberg. Okay, so SEC set to greenlight Ether futures, ETFs, and win for crypto industry. Isn't it nice that they slid this article right in the middle of complete and utter devastation in the market? they'll probably something else terrible will happen today, and then they'll, then the Grayscale announcement will come out. Agency unlikely to block the products that could list by October. A slew of issuers have submitted filings for Ether futures ETFs. The SEC is poised to allow the first exchange-traded funds based on Ether futures, a major win for several firms that have long sought to offer the products. The regulator isn't likely to block the products, which would be based on future contracts for the second largest cryptocurrency. Nearly a dozen companies, including Volatility Shares, Bitwise, Roundhill, ProShares. It couldn't immediately be determined which funds would get green lights. Officials have indicated that several might be by October. The regulators refused to allow an ETF based directly on a cryptocurrency, but in late 2021, it started allowing trading in a fund that involves Bitcoin futures. Speculation has been mounting that a product with Ether futures, which also trade on CME, would be next. Despite the buzz, SEC approval for a product involving derivatives in the second biggest cryptocurrency has been slow. Bitcoin, the world's biggest cryptocurrency, commands a market value of $500 billion, while Ether is about $200 billion. Meanwhile, the SEC remains locked in a battle with the industry. In one high-stakes case, a panel of U.S. federal appellate court judges is set to make a decision on a lawsuit by Grayscale challenging the SEC's rejection of an application to convert its Bitcoin trust into an ETF. The SEC has argued that the crypto space is plagued with investor hazards. The agency has expressed concern that prices could be manipulated and liquidity might be insufficient, and that Bitcoin's drastic price swings may be too much for individual investors. All right, whatever. Kathy Wood says SEC will approve multiple Bitcoin spot ETFs at once. They delayed her ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF a couple weeks ago. All right. And then we got SpaceX wrote down their Bitcoin holdings. SpaceX wrote down the value of its Bitcoin it owns by a total of $373 million last year and in 2021, and has sold the cryptocurrency. All right, we already talked about this. Who cares? Is there any? The block sometimes has better stuff than CoinDesk. Let's see. Are they saying anything? I brought this up earlier. MasterCard forms CBDC partner program with Ripple. Lots of liquidations. Rollbit. You guys love the Rollbit. Everybody loves the Rollbit. They like to gamble. All right. And there was this a few days ago, this interested me. Vitalik Buterin offers rosy views on Twitter's community notes. Elon Musk and X's vice president of product Signal boosted Buterin's blog on community notes. X, formerly Twitter, officially rolled out its community notes feature in 2022, and the tool has since become a fixture on the social media platform. Jesus. Anyone can sign up to become a contributor. You know, the community notes, holding people accountable, but apparently it's pretty cool. It actually is. People are excited about its, kind of crypto values. What interests me most about community notes is how, despite not being a crypto project, that might be the closest thing to an instantiation. What is that word? Instantation. My brain broke, guys, and I just started saying that word 15 times. Welcome to Good TV. Wow, I'm not back. This is not me back. Thank you to those of you that are watching, but I am not back. Anyways, crypto values. Okay. Community nodes operates using its own version of a consensus mechanism. Before a node is approved and displayed to users, there needs to be an agreement among contributors. All right. A good reminder that community notes and data is open source, making it possible to do public analysis of its performance and attributes, like this one today from Vitalik Buterin. What do I think about community notes? All right, doesn't matter. All right, cool. Looks good to me. You know what I mean? All right, let's look at Twitter. Make sure. All right. right, let's share this. Let's look at Twitter, and then I'm going to go on with my day. ReCoop goes live in 20 minutes. We are here with you, Coop. Taco Coin is in the building. How about I don't check my DMs? I'm like just sharing my screen casually, about to click on, oh, I got 4. Let's see who wants to talk to me. The most baller way. Is there anything? Let's look at the, here we go. Adam, let's just see here. Usually this will tell me if there's anything interesting. Okay, bunch of scams. Nothing. For me. All right. This is how you become wealthy, everybody, is you become a daily loud reply guy. All right. So let's compose something here. New research from the National Institute on Drug Abuse reveals that marijuana, hallucinogens, and alcohol use have now reached record high levels in the U.S. I don't know what tracks. What do I say? Now I feel pressure. Tracks. I'm high right now. And it's 7 a.m. Is that good? Should I comment that? But then the problem is that people are going to think I'm actually high right now at 7 a.m. All right, I won't send it. It's not good. It's not funny. All right. Well, everybody, you go. You got a little insight into my daily loud reply guy career. It's not going well. It's okay. Algobama, friend of the show, the author of If You Sell Coop, Your Mom's a Hoe. He has monetized his X profile by being a reply guy to Daily Loud. He inspired me. I need to work on it. If you guys were in the comments, I would talk to you, but there's still nobody, which there's no chance. There's something wrong. There's no way. You guys would be here. At least one of you would be like, hey, what's up? Hi, Coop. Especially after I said nobody's in the comments. Somebody would have come over here and been like, I'm in the comments. All right, guys. Well, look, I did my best. This is a bit of a mess. I wish you guys all a wonderful Friday. Hopefully Grayscale wins their lawsuit today. We get some sunshine in this. I'll be back probably next week or not. I'm just kidding. I'll be back. I'm look, on a personal note, I've been working through some stuff, and it's getting better. Like I'm joking about not being back, but I feel like I'm like 60% here. But it's important stuff in my life that I needed to get addressed, and that's what I've been doing. That's why my channel has been a little quieter lately, and I've been focused more on just the easy stuff like Twitter, or maybe some silly stuff like Devin. But I do want to get this going again. I want to be more consistent on doing this morning show. But I got to get my mind right. I got to get my body right, and I got to get everything going in a good way. Get my house in order and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I know you guys are all going through shit too. It's not an easy time. When $1 billion worth of crypto liquidations happens in 24 hours, I'm sure some of you have been affected by that. You know, I know that many of you are in the Algorand community and Algo Scout and all of these different notifiers on Twitter. I'm seeing a lot of liquidations. I'm seeing some familiar liquidations, and boy, oh boy, do I hope that you are minding your loans. You are taking care of those things. You're being conservative in how you bet on these crashes when it comes to borrowing money against your crypto. Especially, you know, on some level, this is certainly not financial advice, but, you know, borrowing algo against Bitcoin or USDC is a much safer event than borrowing USDC against algo or even BTC and stuff like that. So, be careful, especially if you're borrowing USDC, USDT, because these things can flash crash in a moment. We're sitting barely above 26. This thing could fall, the bottom could fall out in a way that may be very surprising. We have no idea the bad news that could come from overseas, and it's hard to keep up, and it's hard to really understand, and it's hard to know when you're being manipulated. It's hard when everything is being manipulated all the time. So it's just, you just got to be careful. But if you weren't careful, or if you got caught off guard by this latest crash and you got liquidated, I feel for you. But everybody take them as a cautionary tale. All of these liquidations, it could get worse, and it could get worse fast. So be safe out there. All right, everybody. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next.